So yeah, so that's basically what I do, who I am, but I'm a very impact-driven person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you say you are impact-driven person, what does that mean?
That's everything about what I do has a purpose. So I'm purpose-driven, and my purpose is to make a difference in the
Okay.
world, to transform lives. And so the choice of what I teach, how I teach, the things I choose to do are always things that I believe will be, I mean, first of all, I'll learn from, and I'll also hopefully be able to help people grow as a result of
Okay.
listening. Yeah.
You see, for me, I'm a little bit like old school. Okay. In my time, well, maybe more than my time, we have always seen entrepreneurship as something learned by doing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's even go back. Let's go back. Define what entrepreneurship is.
Okay. So to me, entrepreneurship is really about solving problems, being
Okay.
problem driven. Okay. So providing solutions that can be commercialized, because if I only provide solutions and I give them out, and I'm more of a philanthropist and an entrepreneur, okay, or a charity.
Yeah.
So it's about building it. So being problem solution driven. Okay. So the problem you identify,
Yeah.
it's like Microsoft or InterSwitch in Nigeria saw that there was a problem with payment systems in Nigeria.
Yeah.
We're very uncomfortable on Fridays, having to leave the bank very early to go off the office, trying to leave the office early to go to the bank, queue for hours just to get some money out for the weekend. And then he knew that there were payment solutions around the world that were not available in Nigeria. And nobody believed that he could bring it to Nigeria, but he was just determined to solve the problem.
Yeah.
So I actually had firsthand experience of what he went through, because he was my classmate on the MBA while he was trying to do this.
Okay.
And all the discouragement, But today he to start with, he ended up being the first unicorn in Africa. And then second, I mean, today they're the biggest boys. Were very well paid, but they're still very, very solution driven.
Yeah.
And so they make money for making a difference. So basically, entrepreneurship is really about providing solutions that can be commercialized and continuously improving on those solutions.
Yeah.
So that's on one hand, but it's also a mindset of continuous improvement. I think that's what it is mainly, because if you don't have a mindset of continuous improvement, you will see problems and you just lament them like many of us do and walk away.
Yeah.
So they say, don't curse the darkness. Instead, light a candle.
Okay.
Light. So entrepreneurs are those candle lighters that see problems and get passionate enough about the solution to look for ways to solve those problems.
Very good.
Using business models.
Yeah. And that's exactly.
And let me just quickly add this, because there's a difference between being an entrepreneur and a business owner.
Yeah. Okay.
A business owner, on the other hand, is profit driven. Where can I hammer? Where can I make money? Okay, where can I hammer? Okay, that's a way to say, where's the money? Show me the money. Okay, that's the version. And so they're not interested in solving problems. They just want to know they can buy and sell.
Okay.
So you find that. So one of the examples I use in class to clarify this difference is paint. Okay, so somebody's making money from selling paint, and the other person says, I too will sell paint, and they begin to compete on price. For 500, then I'll make mine 490. Then the other one goes for 85, and they keep on a price war until they hold their margins.
Yeah.
But the entrepreneur comes and says, you're selling paint. Okay, what are the issues with the paint you're selling?
Yeah.
It takes time to dry. The smell is unpleasant. And he says, okay, you know what? I'm going to address those two issues. I'm going to make quick drying paint. I'm going to make it pleasant smelling, or odorless to start with.
Okay.
And so he puts something in the paint and he advertises quick drying paint, odorless. And then he starts to sell maybe at 600, and people are willing to buy because, hey, they want to be able to move in quickly without getting their clothes stained. And then over time, he decides, okay, you know what? I know what I can do to my paint to make it insect repelling. And so he adds some component to the paint that is good for humans but bad for insects. And he says, insect repelling quick drying paint odorless.
Yeah.
Or then you can say, okay, you know what? Why don't I make my paint fragranced? So yes, my paint doesn't have the bad smell, but I can also have a plus. Make it fragranced, okay? I get your favorite fragrance, whether it's Hugo Boss or it's Armani, Code or and says, okay, so you can actually choose. I have some fragrances that are already there, but you can also tell me what your favorite fragrance is, and I can actually give you a home that has different fragrances depending on the room you go into. Because of okay. So you find that the entrepreneur is able to make much more money because he creates more value. And so people are willing to pay a premium for that quick drying, insect repelling, because you're telling me that I don't need to use insecticide.
Yeah.
Okay. And so my nearest and dearest are going to be safer. They don't have to inhale insecticide in any way, shape, or form because my paint already ensures that insects don't get into my home.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the fragrance is another thing that people who have money would say, oh, I'm willing to pay a premium to have my room smell of, Armani Code or I don't know what fragrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or better still, why don't I also add an anti-inflammatory component to my paint? I tell you, look, my paint is 1,000 naira versus 500. Because if you use my paint, there's no risk of fire, because once the fire touches the wall, there's something in the paint that will make sure it goes off.
Yeah.
Goes out.
Yeah.
That's the entrepreneurial mindset. It's a problem-solving mindset.
Yeah. Solution-driven.
Improvements, so that's what it is.
Very good. Very good. Very good.